guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back again with those frames. We recently had a bit of a play and a bit of fun with them, making these little embellishment pieces for our junk journals. And yeah, like with all these things, you know, kind of once you start playing with them, more and more ideas come. So I'm back again with them, and yeah, please excuse me, it's the same day, so I'm covered in that pink still, which Lord only knows where I actually picked that up from. But I thought, let's come along and have a bit more of a play and make some other little bits and pieces with these. So my first pieces that I've got are my little wax Kabashans that we made in a recent video. And I just quickly tried this out just before coming on, just to check kind of how it would look, and it looked awesome. So yeah, I thought definitely this is, you know, this is a brilliant one to do. So, and you won't believe how easy this one is. I mean, wow, I only do quick and easy, as you know, but wow, this is even quicker and easier than ever. So literally, you're going to take your frame and then take some ribbon. Now, I just happen to have this gorgeous, gorgeous polka dot ribbon, and it's, I think it's called Grow Gain, isn't it? The sort of ribbed ribbon. And it just happens to be in this purple. Oh, excuse me. Just happens to be. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I just had opened the door, the window to the postman to shout down, could he just leave my ink cartridges by the front door? So I suspect I've got kind of a touch of hay fever now. Right, okay. So I'm going to just have to cut that down slightly smaller. Like that, okay. And then all you're going to do is literally glue this on. You don't have to glue it, you could staple it. I'm just going to glue it just because, you know, it's nice and quick and easy. But you're just going to put it onto your frame. And then on the other side, now then you can obviously use this as a little page tab. So I just thought this was such a brilliant, easy thing to do. And, you know, this would be so cool to have a bunch of these on hand ready to use, because they're just going to add such a lot to a page, and they've taken you like literally probably 30 seconds to make this. I mean, obviously you have already had to make your wax Kabashans, but you know, aside from that, you've made it in no time at all. Just going to check whether I want this one or a different colour. Oh, I might want that one actually. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down. I just love these wax Kabashans. They're just, you know, they're another one of those items that just look awesome wherever you put them. So like that. And then let me bring in a page. So hold on a second. Right, I've got this journal that's almost finished, but yeah, I mean, it's massive. Right, couldn't possibly finish it in here even if I wanted to, which is a shame because actually it's perfect colour. But you could then just pop this on the edge of a page, just gluing it down, and that is then your little page tab. How awesome is that? It's so cool, isn't it? So, and if you didn't see my previous video, these are just the frames page from, and you can get these frames either in my Victorian Gallery or Victorian Springtime. I can't remember which is which, but one are a lot more grungy looking than the other. So you'd have to look at you know, each one of those kits, because I can't remember, like I say, which one is actually the grungier out of the two. But yeah, I just think, how cool are these as a little page, you know, page tab. So again, let's just take this now velvet ribbon. Now I have to say the velvet ribbon's probably a little bit on the chunky side for this, so it's, yeah, possibly not the best option, but you know, it will probably work fine anyway. So again, just glue that down onto the frame like that. Okay. And I might want to cut that ribbon down a bit. So again, a bit like the last ones that we did with the butterflies, these are such a brilliant thing to sit and make a bunch whilst you're watching TV. You know, you could make them in no time at all. I mean, obviously I am using my hot glue gun, so, you know, if you chose to use your hot glue gun, then you would need to take that downstairs with you, or, you know, to the TV. So long as you had a plug nearby, then it would be fine. You know, and maybe a tray or something to be able to do them. But yeah, I just thought they're quite a, you know, a good evening project. They're not going to disturb people. They're not noisy. They're not, you know, they're not intrusive. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but yeah, nobody wants me making a noise with my crafting. So, you know, these, they're not even really cutting or anything. So you're not going to make any noise disturbing anybody at all. How gorgeous does that look? I mean, you could probably see it's not quite so ideal with that velvet ribbon because the velvet ribbon is quite bulky, you know, whereas this one's much, much flatter. So it just means that my Kabashan is not really kind of gluing straight down onto the paper, but it's still, you know, it still worked fine. So aren't they just so gorgeous? I really, really, really love them, I have to say. So let's do another one. Just having a look around to see what other colours I've got. So I've got this. Now, which colour? Oh yeah, let's have that one. Okay, so again, just going to take this down here. Yeah, I mean, I just think these are really cool, aren't they? You know, and they're just no effort. And that's, you know, that's how I like my crafting best, is, you know, quick and easy. No kind of like, you know, super clever skills required or anything. You know, it's just completely simple. Nobody wants to be doing difficult things, do they? So, and to be honest, you know, difficult doesn't necessarily mean best anyway. You know, I mean, I actually think sometimes the, you know, the simplest things are actually the most effective. So, you know, sometimes things can be too complicated and then they, you know, they don't even look good. So yeah, for me, I think, you know, bit of a sweeping statement, but quite often easy is best anyway. Right, just checking that I want this colour. Seeing whether I've got a darker red. Oh, hold on, I might prefer this one. Oh yeah, I think that one probably is better. So again, just going to pop this one on like that. Okay. Now, you know, you could also use these for paper clips. So, you know, you could make your paper clip on the back just by, you know, attaching your clip onto the back of that. That would be pretty cool to use. You know, they've got loads of different ways that you can use these, but I just think, wow, how cool are these going to be? You know, they just, I mean, when we just kind of held them onto that page, how nice did they look? They look gorgeous, didn't they? So that is idea number one. And then the other thing that I wanted to have a play around with is, now these are some just DL envelopes. And I have just glued them together so far, just straight down the, you know, the strip. You know, the flap, sorry, not the strip, the flap. And then all I'm going to do is make these little envelopes. So I'm making envelopes from envelopes. I mean, the irony. Why would I not just use them as the envelopes that I bought them as? Indeed, why wouldn't I? Only we would understand, wouldn't we? You know, us junk journalists. So, yeah, what I thought we could do is take one of our frames, like this, and then we could use it just as our closure with some Velcro on it. So, again, I want to put something into the envelope. So I'm just having a look to see what I've got here. I mean, we could even couple it with, like, you know, these flowers that I'm just loving using at the moment from Amazon. So I'm just having a look to see if I've got any of these little... Oh, I've only got the pink. Would you believe it? I've only got the pink centres. Oh, I don't quite like that, to be honest. Unless I mix it with that to bring the pink in. Oops. Oh, I'm not sure. Not quite sure about that one, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure that's working. So let's just have a look whether we might want to put something in the frame. No, they're the wrong way round. Okay, we're going to have to be boring and go for a butterfly again. I know we did do the butterflies already the other day, so it's a little bit boring, but they do work so brilliantly, the butterflies. So let's just take this blue one. Oops. Okie dokie. Okay, right. Just cut that down and then, okay, sorry, some shoddy cutting going on here, I'm afraid. So, yeah. Ooh, I wonder if we could have one of these as the centre of the butterfly. I know that's a little bit strange, but oh, it doesn't look too bad actually. It's a shame it's not the right colour, but if it were the right colour, I think it would look quite nice, to be fair. It's not really the right colour for that one either. So, yeah, I haven't really got a right colour. So yeah, let's not bother with that. But I mean, how pretty does that look? And then I'm going to just take my blue stays on. Well, she says, I have to say I've not got much blue left, and I know that sounds a strange way of putting it. What I mean is I've had my blue for a long time and it's quite dry, I think. So it's the Azure stays on, and yeah, I mean, I've had it for years, so it's not really any wonder that it's on its way out really. But let's just take that, and instead of decorating up my envelope with some, you know, different patterns, papers, I'm going to just stamp over it. Now, I'm going to take my butterfly stamps. Now, I did this the other day, and again, I don't know whether that video has gone up yet. It might be that it hasn't. But all I did was, whilst they're on their, you know, their backing sheet, I just inked over. Now I'm just going to stamp these down here first and just check how they're coming out. Oh my goodness, not at all, in fact. Yes, I do need a new stays on, don't I? So, okay, we might have to go to plan B, because this might not even have enough ink to actually do the project. Yeah, that's such a shame. Oh, it's coming out a bit more now, so yeah. It's such a lovely colour when it's actually, you know, when it's juicy. So yeah, definitely need to order some more. It's one of those things that, you know, I don't necessarily use it that much, but it is absolutely lovely to have it. So yeah, don't want to kind of be without it now. Right, okay. Okay, and I'm just going to take this down so that I can open my envelope up and then stamp here. So I'm just stamping all over that envelope. Okay, like that, and just going to go back in here with one or two. Like that one, and just a little bit there. Okay, and then this one here. Okay, and then I'm just going to go in on the top. Actually, I'm not going to, so yeah, let's just stamp that off before I put it back in the desk with all the blue ink still on it. Oh gosh, now look, I'm covered in blue ink. Honestly, no sooner do I get things out than I'm just literally covered in things. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I think some people are just like that, aren't they? So yeah, unfortunately, I'm just one of those people. So I do apologise if it's irritating watching me get so messy. Right, so I'm just going to take here again, just so I can stamp the top, i.e., you know, the flap. Actually, I just put the blue away, but actually I do need it back out. So I'm just going to now stamp the flap of the envelope, just with a bit of script. Okay, so like that. Just so, you know, I've got a bit more interest going on, really. Okay, like that. So yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Now, wondering, I might want to ink around in a bit of blue around the edge. So just going to take my blue and just go in around the edge of my envelope. Okay. I'm just going to, go in here as well. And that way I can just get, you know, into where the flap is as well. So like that. Like that. And then the actual flap itself, oh dear. Surprisingly quite fiddly. The envelope's quite floppy, weirdly. Yeah, I don't know why it's so floppy, but it seems to be. Just wondering whether I want to have a little bit of scripty stamp in between the butterfly. I did that when I used this the other day as well, and it just looked so pretty in amongst the butterflies. So yeah, just going to do a little bit of script in amongst them. Okay. Oh, how pretty does that look? Okay, right. Put those stamps out of the way before I lose them. Just trying to be a little bit organised with, you know, things when I'm using them. So I'm just going to go round now with my vintage photo. So, yeah. Okay. Just to get it looking a bit vintage, I suppose. So, and then again, just going to do into that crease where the envelope's folded, and then around here, so like that. Okay. Oh, how pretty does that look? Love how that looks. And then I'm just going to take my little butterfly. We're going to pop that butterfly down there. Okie dokie. Oh, like that. Like that. Now I have also got a bow here, which I thought, oh, that might be a bit much. Oh, I'm not so sure now. That butterfly might be, you know, just a step too far. Yeah, let me just have a look and see whether I've got some lace somewhere. You know me, always got some lace somewhere. Now it's just a case of where is that lace? Oh, I've got black lace. I don't really want black. Oh, I have got this bluey grey, which might be quite good. So I've got this flower here. Oh, that's a bit drab, isn't it? Oh, I'm not sure about that flower, to be honest. Leave that out of the way. Right, this might be going to be a bit drab as well. Let's just see. Oh no, I think that looks quite nice. Do you want it up there or there? So I'm just going to cut it off of the, you know, that header piece. I just always find that header piece a little bit, not distracting, but, you know, dominating would be the word, probably. A bit dominating to the overall look. Okay. Oh, I think there. So I'm just going to pop that lace down across here. Like that. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then just going to take our little piece. Now I'm just going to ink this up here because you're going to see some of it when it's, you know, when it's the stopper. So I'm just going to put that here. And then what I'm going to do is put it down, and then I'm going to get my Velcro dots. So let's just put it down there. Okie dokie. Oops. Like that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Gone a bit over the top with the glue, obviously, so it's now seeping out over there. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So yeah, that looks pretty, and I might even have a little bit of the lace at the bottom. So let's just see. It might be a bit of a lace overload, but let's just give it a try. Okay. I mean, so often I just think more is more, and yeah, I think perhaps this is another one of them occasions where it does actually look quite pretty there, doesn't it? It doesn't really look too much. It looks pretty. So yeah, let's just take that there, pop that down like that. Okay. Just see whether we want to have any bling anywhere. So I'll just cut a strip down. Or we could have it in the, let's have it in the center, I think, of the butterfly. So yeah, so I'll just cut 3. Okay, and oops, sorry, struggling to actually get hold of that now. Okay. Like that. Oh my goodness, how pretty does that look? You know, and there's nothing to that. It literally was like nothing. You know, it was just an envelope, little tiny bit of the script stamp, and you know, the frame with the butterfly. But how gorgeous does that look? And then we're just going to put on, oops, put on the Velcro dots. Come on. So I just like to glue them together before putting them down. It just, you know, makes it a bit easier, I think, for actually gluing them down. In fact, I'm not even going to glue them down. I'm just going to trust that they're going to stick. Oh gosh. Oh, it's now stuck really well, and I can't now peel it off. Right, okay. So there we go. How gorgeous does that look? Love it. What I would quite like, actually, I think, is a couple of pearls. Now, these ones I think are going to be a bit on the big side. I don't happen to see any smaller ones, so I guess what we could do is have them at the corners. I'm not sure. Oh, they're a bit monstrous, aren't they, on there? I was actually looking for, you know, the tiny ones. Oops. And yeah, I only seem to have these bigger ones to hand. I have got some smaller ones, but without actually hunting them down, you know, because I've no idea where they are at the moment. Yeah, what do we think? Are these just massive and look ridiculous? Let's just see. We could have them coming down here. I always quite like them in a little row of 3. I think that looks pretty. Or we could have them maybe as a little row of 3 here on the actual frame itself. Okay. Oops, oh my gosh, come on. Oh, again, look at how huge they look. I mean, they just look like great big boulders sat on there, don't they? I didn't think 2 looked too bad, but we could have them down here, I suppose. I mean, you know, yeah, it's just that I've peeled them off now, so I think, oh well, I might as well use them. Okay, 1, 2. Okie dokie, and then the final one. Oh my goodness, look at how lopsided that is. Not a good look. Wow. Oh my gosh, not a good look, and now stuck all over me. Right, getting worse and worse here. Oh, come on. What is going on with this? I must be thinking I'm putting glue on it and the glue not actually coming out, I think. Right, let's smother this. Smother it this time in glue. Make sure it's got glue on it. Okay. Like that. Okay. So, I mean, a bit wonky on the pearls, but, you know, they look okay. So, that's my little envelope. So, a little pouch in there and just my little butterfly kind of stopper. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? So cute, isn't it? Okay, so that's that idea. And then the final probably idea that I've got was if you've got any old jewellery. So I just happen to have this butterfly, which, you know, it's been like just laying around, you know, broken, obviously off of some old jewellery. And yeah, I mean, obviously it's past its best. So I'm thinking could make a little frame with your old jewellery type pieces. So again, I'm thinking probably this would be best if I actually put it onto some cereal box. So let me just cut down the cereal box here, which has just proved to be so helpful. I've just got it here from a different project that I did the other day. And yeah, it just happens to still be behind me, but it's coming in really handy. So maybe I will have to start just keeping some cereal box here to the side of the desk. Okay. So, oops. So again, just going to pop this down, gluing it on. Okay. Like that, and press that down. Okay, like that. Spread that glue and then obviously cut it out. Now again, definitely thinking this time with the gold edging. We did do the gold edging in the last video with these and it just looks so good. Just kind of dabbed around in odd places onto the frame. So yeah, like that. Okay, looks really nice. Oops, just go in there a bit. Okay, that looks good. And then let's just press that down. Okay. And then our butterfly, you know, jewellery piece we're going to put in there, but I'm thinking, does this need heat embossing first? Yeah, I think perhaps it does actually. So I'm just going to heat emboss this, which I did obviously do this in the last one as well. So feel free to skip through if this is just, you know, like watching paint dry, watching me heat emboss something else, because it's not the most interesting thing, I grant you. Not really very interesting at all. So, okie dokie. Okay, and yeah, just pour that back into the pot. Okay, just quickly heat emboss this to the side. There won't be a moment. I just have to do it at the side of my desk because my cable won't actually reach to my desk. Well, I mean, it reaches to my desk. It is, you know, I am sat at my desk right now. But it won't actually reach comfortably over, you know, to be able to do it in place. I have to kind of like go off to the side a little bit. So that's why I'm having to do it down here instead. So I do apologise for that. Okay, it's nearly done. And then I will just give it a second coat. Just so it's nice and thick, you know, and definitely nice and glossy. Okay, like that. And yeah, definitely give it a second coat, just because, you know, I really like it thicker and glossier rather than less thick and less glossy. Okay. Okay, just quickly pour that back into the pot. Let's get that out the way. Okay. Right, just quickly heat emboss this one. Thanks, JP, nearly done, nearly done. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry if you can hear that car alarm. It's outside. I don't know whether you can really hear it or whether it's just louder to me. But yeah, I do apologise if you can hear it. Now, I'm just quickly having a look because I've just got some bits down here. And I thought, oh, actually, I wonder if I've got... I did have some sort of peachy coloured ribbon, which I thought, oh, that would go really well with the butterfly. But yeah, I might have actually used it all up now, I think. So, no. No, don't think I've got any left. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, that's a shame. So I don't know whether this is going to look good, but I just suddenly, when I was rummaging for the ribbon, kind of spotted that little trim. Oh, perhaps it's better. Perhaps it's better without that. Yeah, maybe just looks a little bit strange on there. Let me just try a little bit of finer lace, which I just suddenly saw in here. And again, now of course I can't see that either. It's just in this same packet that I'm rummaging in. Oh, here it is. Okay. Just in case. Yeah, I wanted to try it first just in case we wanted it glued over rather than under. So, oh, right, okay. So, going to just take my huge butterfly here and hot glue straight down onto the frame, like that. Okay. So, I mean, this obviously is a kind of more... It's not bulky particularly, you know, you can see it's not particularly bulky, but it's definitely a heavier embellishment. So, you know, you may want to keep something like this from the cover, for instance. But it's definitely very pretty, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm just going to take this lace down here. And I'm just going to glue that onto the back there. Like that. Okay. It's quite pretty, doesn't it? Oh, so sorry, that's my doorbell. Hang on a second, sorry about this. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That was someone wanting to read my gas and electricity meters, which, oh, to be honest, the price of gas and electric, oh, I'd rather not let them in. So, yeah, anyway. Right, so that is the one with the lace, which, how gorgeous does that look? So yeah, we've made a few different types again. So we've made the ones with the little, you know, tab page turners like that. I have to say, I think they're my favourite. The ones here, so you can make some junk journal jewellery, basically, from using your old jewellery pieces. And, you know, that just looks so cute. And if I just bring in, for instance, a cover, just to give you an idea, I mean, to be honest, that cover has got nothing else on it so far. But if you just finished a cover off just with that, like placed in the corner, how gorgeous and scrummy does that look? It just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So, you know, you really wouldn't need anything else. That just looks you know, perfect and gorgeous just on its own. Of course, you know, I probably would put other things on there as well, but you know, if you chose not to, it looks just perfect just as it is. So yeah, I hope that's given you some other ideas for other things to do with your frames, and you know, to have a little bit of fun with your embellishment pieces, and you know, yeah, just making some other, you know, varied sort of junk journal embellishments and bits and pieces really. So yeah, I hope you had fun, and have fun if you decide to make some of these, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Thanks then. Bye.